Okay, so Jesse, and you go by Campbell now, correct?
Yeah.
All right. Can you talk a little bit about a really great experience you've had, like a great experience you've had where you've gone into either the hospital or an emergency situation, or even here, when you felt like someone just treated you like a human or kept you, as you said, in the loop?
The Lancaster Fire Department taking me to the hospital, they were constantly telling me what they were doing before they stuck, before they did anything. They were constantly telling, and we got to the hospital and they were just open and just constantly telling.
And why is that important?
So you can be aware, and sometimes you're not really, I don't know what the word is, awake or noticeable what's going on. Things are just going too fast, and you get overwhelmed when things go too fast. Especially for me, I get overwhelmed, and you're already sick and you don't feel good. And when people's constantly jumping or reaching across you, it's nice to be calm. If you're not calm, I'm not going to be calm.
So, have you ever felt like when you were in one of those medical situations that people were treating you like a person with a disability?
Yeah, they just overtalked you. When you're trying to explain, they just looked over at the other doctor or nurse and just looked over you like, no, you're not noticeable. You're not around. They just constantly ignored you. When it's your medical going on, not theirs. Like, you just want to scream out and say, I'm down here. I'm not up there. I'm down here.
Do you feel like when you've gone into some of those situations that people look at you and see your disability?
Yes. Yes, they're very noticeable of disabilities. And so they think that, oh, you have a disability. They just don't want to address you. They don't. They want to talk to somebody else.
Because they think that you don't know?
Yeah, they think that you don't know what's going on. You're not aware of your situation. Even though sometimes you don't understand it, you don't get all the medical lingo, you're still there. You can know what's going on.
And I would imagine when you're in those situations that you're already frightened.
Oh yeah. Yeah, you're frightened, you're agitated because they're moving too fast, and then you get people that just talks over you like you don't even exist.
Talk to me about, you've said a couple times moving too fast. Like, what do you mean? Like, what?
In medical situations, they have to move and get things done quickly. Instead of them realizing, oh, I gotta slow down, they just keep moving faster and faster. They're handing over IVs over you and hooking you up, and it's just too fast. You gotta slow down so we can understand what's going on.
So tell me about some good things that have happened to you through the medical community.
Riverside's the best experience you can have for a person with disability. They're very open, and they're constantly coming in. If you're frightened or something, they're going to walk you through anything, especially when you get a medical problem, like you got to constantly get blood. They just walk you through it, and you don't even notice that you get poked or prodded or anything. It just goes away. They treat you like any other patient, but they are more aware that you have a disability, but yet let's just do it more calmly. Let's do it another way instead of just jab a needle in you and just call it a day. I have cerebral palsy and grand mal seizures.
You know, you've got those physical things going on, and then that you also are labeled, if you will, as having a developmental disability.
Yeah.
Do you ever feel like you don't have a say in what's going on in your life?
Sometimes, but not all the time. With the medical team, sometimes you don't. Guardians speak out for you during the medical fields.
Mm-hmm.
You do, because there is some medical doctors and physicians that just want to talk over you and not notice you're around.
If you could say anything to people that are studying to be doctors, what would you want them to know about treating not just somebody with CP, but anybody with a disability, say somebody with autism or somebody that's nonverbal? What would you want those new doctors to know?
To be calm and don't yell, be more quiet and explain what they're going to do in a calming manner. Because a lot of people, even though you think they're not listening, they are listening to the calm. With your voice changing different tones, they're still going to just get anxious. So don't change your tone. Just keep that calming, relaxing voice, and we're going to be calm and relaxing.
What advice would you give somebody that was headed to the hospital with a disability?
It's going to be scary, and you're always not going to know what's going on, and you know the part that you know you're going to get poked and prodded and it's going to hurt, but just try to be calm and listen, even though it's hard. Grab your favorite stuffed animal like I do. Just grab a buddy and hang on tight.
Since you've had kind of a steady decline in your health, what keeps you happy? What keeps your spirits up?
My stuffed animals keep me happy. Friend that I'm talking about earlier, you got to have that stuffy. Because if you don't, you're going to get lonely and miserable. And you don't want to be lonely and miserable.
And what role does a positive attitude play in your health care?
It makes you heal faster. If you're just going to be miserable and lonely and anxious, you're not going to get better. You're just going to decline more. You got to be kind, humble, as much as you can. You do.
That's good advice.
Yeah.
Awesome.
You're welcome.